mean, this room that I'm standing in right now, it looks like just your typical playroom. But in just under an hour, this room will turn into a place for safety. Take a look here. The Salvation Army's Harbor House has 15 cots for people to sleep on tonight. Love Columbia does a range of things to help out people within the community. And any donations that come into a place like this can help out places like the Love Seat, which give furniture and clothes to people in need. Now, typically, the food bank gets shipments of food like this every day. But if you follow me this way, as you can see, some of these lots are empty, and that's becoming a lot more common. So what's the solution? Well, drive-through testing sites like these, where you can stay in the comfort of your own car without having to schedule in advance. But Lincoln students say these numbers mean nothing to them. Those strong winds, as you can see, it's already starting to cause damage in the city. This street light here on Cherry Street and 7th Street has already fallen down.
It was very scary because I kind of knew something was wrong.
It's an experience a college student should never have to go through. Ordering a drink, and then suddenly,
I just kept saying something is wrong, something is wrong.
Everything changes.
Who would do this? You know, like that's a very pathetic thing to kind of feel the need to do.
And students like Sarah are not alone. KOMU-8 found there have been 17 reports of predatory drug use going back to the beginning of the semester.
Students are aware of it, and students are trying to warn each other and show each other evidence.
Data show reports are higher this semester than in previous school years. The 2015-2016 school year had 35 reports, and this semester reports are already halfway to that number with still an entire semester left to go.
But I feel like the data is clearly showing it's a rise and it's happening.
Students say the university needs to do more.
I don't think that the university is really giving any type of evidence that this matters to them.
But the university says they are doing more than what students think.
We're doing a lot. We're meeting with the bar owners. We're having conversations. We're putting out communications proactively about this early in the semester.
When asked about the silence of the university, Basie says officials could do better.
Your question about why have we not been more publicly communicating about certain things is a good point. And I certainly will have that conversation with other folks.
Bars in town also tried to address the issue. Willie's and Fieldhouse hosted intervening sessions, while Silverball hands out cards testing for drug drinks.
We can try to make all these resources as available as possible, but usually you don't look until you became a victim.
Students and survivors.
We have no real initiative to stop this.
Wanting change. It started with an idea, and now it's a place for youth hockey players to have.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
Whitney Briggs Memorial Hockey Arena is home to the Twisters Hockey League. Every year, the league cleans up the rink before the season starts. With COVID-19 canceling last season, the organizer says this year's cleanup was more work.
We weren't able to have a season last year. So this is kind of build up from 2 years.
Merhead turned to those closest to her for help first.
If I'm allowed to help, I'll help because I feel like I should pitch in too.
And others followed. One player says he was thankful to see so many people there.
The fact that people from other small communities are coming out, it's a good thing.
Another says he came out to make it safer to play.
Because like the acorns and the leaves sort of like trip you.
And with each sweep, drill, and hammer, the rink started to look cleaner than before. One coach says it was about time the rink had something new.
We've got new boards and we're really excited about that because we've been running two layers of 2x4s for years and lots of stoppages of play because of that.
New boards, new rink, new year.
I'll drink to that.
Up until the COVID-19 pandemic, restaurants weren't allowed to sell alcohol to go. As restaurants slowly recover, lawmakers are pushing for a new change.
So what this would do is make permanent the ability for restaurants to sell drinks to go, curbside rather, in a safe, secure manner.
All those in favor vote yes, all those opposed vote no.
Supporters of the bill believe that DWI numbers haven't changed since allowing alcohol to go. One lawmaker says other states have it in place and so should Missouri.
Historically, Louisiana and some other more party states, I would say, have already had these types of legislation.
But while lawmakers are itching for a change, Mothers Against Drunk Driving is asking them to wait.
We don't have all the data.
And we shouldn't move forward with a law when the executive order could still stand still for this year.
Now, this bill that will be voted on inside the doors behind me is going to affect thousands of restaurants across Missouri, including one right here in Moberly called Shady's. I got the chance to speak with the owner about how this particular bill will affect her business. Shady's only sold alcohol to go for a brief period, but is hopeful the bill will pass. The owner says it could help in multiple ways.
I think it would help with not just profitability and those sorts of things, but I think it allows businesses to have more flexibility.
Haney also says the bill would have come regardless of COVID-19.
I definitely believe that the pandemic and making sure that we're all trying to be safer around what we're doing sped this process up, but it would have happened eventually.
Eventually is happening now, and now can change the future.
By your vote of 141 yes, 12 no.
For good.